this is their ideal living situation. Ignore the bodies. Hey, hi, and hello, and welcome to another video. Today we're playing some Craftopia. So, if you've never heard of Craftopia, it's a completely normal game. There's nothing weird about it. It's a basic survival game. Similar to, well, it's similar to a lot of different things, but overall, it's just a normal survival-esque game, survival sandbox-esque game. I'm gonna name our character Mike. Yeah, this guy looks like a Mike. Okay. So, completely normal game. This is how it starts out. You see, there's a red button, and probably need to press the red button, right, to start it.
Now, test complete. All
So yeah, that's a completely normal start to a game. So the basic premise of this game is that you destroyed the planet, and you get reincarnated by the gods to a new world, and then you have to lead humanity and rebuild civilization. Alright, so now we're in the actual game with good old Mikey boy here. So what do we need to start doing? So basically, we've started out and we're on this tiny island that we haven't actually explored any of yet. But this island doesn't have many useful supplies on it. It just has some wood in the form of trees, some stone, and copper and iron. We actually want to escape this island as quickly as possible, because there's a lot more resources in this game than just wood and stone. So after getting some wood, we can unlock some new islands to travel to. And I'm going to travel to the island of the Cove. So basically, the entire world is just a collection of a bunch of different islands. You can kind of think of it like Valheim. If in Valheim you had to fast travel to every different island biome. So on this new island, we want to set up a base. It seems like there's some interesting ruins over there, a tower over there, and abundance of resources. So this is interesting. I found some islands, like some smaller islands off the coast of the main island, and they seem to have these bedrock sections. So in this game, these have infinite materials in them, and you can set up automation to get infinite materials from them. So it's really good to have these around your base. So now that we've gotten some more materials, we can make a few things. So first of all, we need to make a crafting table, and a campfire, and a market, and a glider. Now the glider is interesting because it will let us basically Breath of the Wild our way around the map. We also need to make an altar of civilization. This is important because it will allow us to progress through the ages and basically get new technologies. Now you do that in this game is by offering it resources. So to get into the next age, the agricultural age, we need to give it wood, stone, copper, and animal flesh. So we need to go find some animals. There's also skills in this game, and you get skill points as you level up your character and complete tasks. So our player is a demon, which means that they're very good at unarmed combat. So we're going to upgrade their martial arts skill, which should make us do a lot more damage with our fists. So the combat in this game is kind of a mixture of like an MMO and a third-person action RPG. So you have different skills that you can use on your hotbar. I don't have access to any of them at the moment. And you also just have like your regular attack, and there's different, like there's heavy attacks, jump attacks, dash attacks, basic things like that. So now that we've gotten the animal flesh, we can progress to the next age. And to get to the next age, we need to have some wheat, a detector, and a copper shield. These are all pretty easy to get, and that will unlock a whole bunch of new cool stuff that will let us start being able to use automation, actually. And we want to build some wheat fields as well, which means that we need some straw, which we can get from these bushes. Okay, so now that we've watered all of the crops, we just need to wait for them to grow a bit. Alright, so after a bit of grinding resources, all of our crops have grown, so now we need to harvest them. And after harvesting all the crops, we need a total of 10 wheat to evolve into the next age. If I go to the crafting bench, we need to make a cooking pot. So to make a cooking pot, I need some charcoal, so I'm going to craft this wood into charcoal. And I'm going to craft a copper shield while I'm waiting for all of that to happen. Alright, so with the charcoal done, I'm going to make a cooking pot. And with the cooking pot, we can make the wheat into flour. And once the wheat's turned into flour, we'll be able to level into the third age. Alright, so now we can finally progress to the next age. The age of the frontier, where we get motorcycles and fishing nets and drones and excavators and Pokeballs. These will come in very handy. This age is when we are first going to start automating stuff as well. So the first thing I'm going to automate is our little farm, and we need a sprinkler for that. And we're going to need a bunch of reaping machines. So to build reaping machines, we need to have some batteries and some steel. So the steel is going to be easy to get. That's just we get that by smelting iron. The cogwheels we can get from just crafting them, but the battery we need to generate using a small generator. So we first need to set up a cogwheel and some steel ingots. So what are we gonna do with the small generator? Well, we need something to run in it. It's basically a hamster wheel, and to do that, we're gonna make a monster prism. So we'll just place this right here. Grab our monster prisms. And we need something to help us generate some power. So Blacksmith's Fergus, let me just come back here. I need you for something. Please don't run away. Just there. Good. So now that we have captured Blacksmith Fergus, he's gonna help us out with our little project here to generate some power. So if he'll be so kind, we'll let him out of his ball. Yeah, see, he loves what he's doing. That's what the little hearts over his head means. He's not a Pokemon. He's voluntarily running to generate power for us. So as he runs, it spins this wheel, which generates power right here through this Tesla coil looking thing. And look, there's a battery. Thank you, Fergus. Fergus, it looks like your health's going down. Maybe you should stop at some point. You don't have to run forever, Fergus. Can I climb on Fergus as he's running? No. I can just the game's fine. Nothing's broken. Ignore that. Alright, so now that we have the battery, we can make a reaping machine. Now, what does a reaping machine do? Well, if I head back over to our wheat fields, and I take out the reaping machine, and place it down, It's going to do something quite interesting. Comes up, spins around. I think this is a test run. That's why it's not working. But it will come up in a second. There it goes. And it won't cut anything because except for me, because I didn't put it in the right spot. So if I put it in a more central part of the wheat field, there it goes. Should cut all of those things. So now we have a system where the wheat will automatically get cut, but what now? Well, we need to do some more automation with fans, so I'll be back after I get that. I saw as I was walking back to the base, it looks like Blacksmith Fergus is taking she's taking a nap. I swear that's what's going on here. You know, just a very restful, peaceful nap. There's nothing wrong with this picture whatsoever. Oh, look, it's another one. So, oh, oops, I have to... You know how, like, in every Pokemon game, they teach you how to catch Pokemon at the start of the game, and you have to damage them first before you can catch them? That's kind of like how it works in this game. I mean, Blacksmith Fergus isn't a Pokemon, of course, and we're not catching him in a Pokeball. He's voluntarily coming with us to run in this wheel for us. Yeah, nothing's going on here. There's another project that I want to get started on. So basically, I've showed how we can use this generator to have our good friend Fergus generate some energy for us. But I have to wait for Fergus to respawn. It's not very efficient, and I have to go convince Fergus to come run on the machine every time. So I need a more efficient way of doing this, which there is. So to get ourselves a more reliable manner of generating energy, I've made this box that I'm deeming the energy box. So the inside of it is empty right now, but it won't be empty for long. After doing a bit more grinding, I finally have the materials I need to set up what I want to do in this box. So first we're gonna put down a breeding facility. This is pretty self-explanatory what it does, but basically, you know, you can take two mobs of really any type and put them next, or put them in the facility, and you'll get more. You'll get more of them. Is how it works. So if I can just put these down here. Now, I said before that we want an infinite number of Blacksmith Ferguses. So, if we just, you know, whack him a bit, don't want to kill him. That would just be cruel. You know, just whack him a bit, and then, you know, ask him to come with us. We can go over here, grab him from our inventory, drop down into here, and then, you know, place him down on the breeder. Fergus is, you know, he's ready to do his duty. We're gonna have to wait for another Fergus to spawn, though. While we're waiting for that, we can start automating the wheat farm more. Alright, so it looks like another Blacksmith Fergus has spawned, so we'll whack him a few times, walk up behind him, catch him. Wonderful, great. So now we have two Blacksmith Fergus. Same guy, he just likes to exist in the same dimension in multiple iterations. So now we'll throw that one down, and the machine will start spinning them around, slamming them together. You know, obviously, it's a breeding machine. ignore the fact that they're taking damage. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. And look, now we have a baby Fergus. I'll let them do this for a while. And after a bit more grinding, we're ready to progress into the Renaissance Age. But let's go check on the blacksmiths. When these new Ferguses are being spawned in, they like to walk around a lot. And sometimes they'll walk up onto here. So when these Ferguses that are currently being bred ultimately collapse out of exhaustion, another two will gladly take their place and continue to produce the Great Fergus legacy. And eventually they should also walk into the generators as well, but doesn't seem like it's full enough yet. Alright, so I'm back, and there's been a few developments. So first off, over here with the wheat fields, I have automated them completely. So basically how the wheat fields work now is we have these little fans right here, and these will most of the time get most of the wheat. It doesn't get all of it that is cut, and it will blow it onto these conveyor belts. So the sprinkler will water all of these wheat fields. These little cutters will come up, cut the wheat, and then these fans that I've positioned strategically will try to blow the wheat onto the conveyor belt. It doesn't get all of the wheat though. Anyways, once the wheat gets onto the conveyor belt, it goes up here into this machine, which is an automatic cooker. In the automatic cooker, it's taking the wheat and making it into flour. This is important because I need biofuel, and biofuel is made out of flour. So after the wheat is crafted and turned into flour, the flour comes into this container, and we take the flour from here and then manually put it in the aging facility to get bioethanol, which we need to use for multiple things. Also, we can go visit our blacksmith friends. So as you can see, this area gets cramped very quickly. It's reached critical mass now, so there's always going to be someone running in the hamster wheels. So I basically have infinite battery energy now. Yeah, you know, they're vibing in here. This is their ideal living situation. Ignore the bodies. Anyways, the next step in the Grand Master Plan is to automate our mining system. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have these bedrock blocks around the island, and we're going to put these excavators. Excavators on them, and those will give us equipment. So I'll get back after I automate this entire island's mining system. Alright, so welcome back. Made some few changes. So now we have an automated mining system. So we have our silver mine, which also is connected to our stone mine, which is also connected to our copper mine. All of those go over here, where they connect up with the sand mine, and then everything gets stored in this container right here. Very nice and smooth. The copper seems to not be making it this far, and I think it's because the chunks aren't loading in. But that's an easy fix. But yeah, so now in the base we have good old automatic wheat farm, automated mining. I think it's time to go do a dungeon. Oh, I also made this conveyor belt bridge here to help get back and forth to the actual island. Because it's quite hard to get across that little lake each time, but now that we have the conveyor bridge, it's quite easy. I haven't talked much about the dungeons in this game, but basically how they work is you get teleported into little areas like this. This one's an abandoned mine, so there's lots of resources everywhere that you have to mine, and this is like the only area that you can get them in. Alright, so this is what a boss fight is like in Craftopia. So you basically are in a giant arena. I do not know what that background noise is, by the way. It's been happening the entire time I've been in this dungeon. But I basically have to fight this giant snake thing using whatever abilities I have available to me. And I'm going to actually use my Battle Hymn ability, which makes me freak out. It's basically going to raise my attack, very MMO-like. And then I'm going to see how I do against a level 22 Tyrant Snake. Does not look like I'm doing very well. There's lots of different types of weapons in this game, from swords to bows to guns, stuff like that. But I'm trying to use my fists right now, which is actually more challenging than I thought, because your fists do not do very much damage at all. However, by putting this large pot down, the snake is actually taking damage from that, which I found very surprising. The snake fight itself is actually doesn't seem like it's too difficult. The main issue right now is that I'm just not doing very much damage, and I do not have enough or a lot of health. I'm also like very under leveled for the snake. It's level 21. I found in this game you kind of want to be within like 5 to 10 levels of a monster to actually it to be worth fighting it. So I've gotten the snake down to about half health. This seems like it would be a really easy fight if you were using magic, but I'm not, of course. And you can climb on mobs as well in this game, which is quite hilarious. Alright, nice. We finally managed to beat the snake to death. We leveled up because of that. Gave us a bunch of experience. As a reward for beating the snake, we get to the end of the shrine. Is what this heavily reminds me of. We get our spirit orb, which is the that slate of growth, which we can use at a later date, and then we get access to a bunch of chests that have various items in them. Sometimes they're really good items, but none of those seem to be too good. But yeah, that's what the dungeons are like in this game. Well, that's going to be it today. We automated our mining system, automated our food, and automated our power production. But yeah, I'm going to keep making videos on Craftopia, so if you want to keep up on the series, feel free to subscribe. Alright, bye-bye.